we're live. Hey, Facebook. Right, so here we are on Facebook working from home this morning, and hence the different background. Anyone want me to have a look at their site? Actually, you know what I should do? I should go and have a look at Olivia's site, who we had to cut short yesterday. So we got, where do we get to with Silk? Let's have a look. So I ran the Screaming Frog crawler over her site. So that was as in SHH Silk, I think that's what it was, .com.au. If you've got a domain that you want me to have a look at, if there's a website you want me to have a look at for SEO purposes, just drop your URL either into the comments on Facebook or into the comments section on Periscope. If you're on Periscope or you're watching via the web on Periscope, you won't be able to use the comment section. So just go and drop your URL into a tweet to me at Jimboot, and we can have a look at it there. Right now, I'm just going to go and share the Facebook stream out to a couple. I need to automate this. This is quite cumbersome with Facebook. You've got to go in and then share to the different pages that you manage on Facebook, so you get it out there into the different areas. Periscope, you just go live. So Periscope people are live on the iPad, and the Facebook people are coming in, well, I'm broadcasting the Facebook people via the iPhone. So Silk was kind enough to let us review her site yesterday. That was Olivia. And let me just share this now. Share on a page you manage. That's what I do. Yeah, we'll post that there. Yeah, so if you want your site reviewed, just drop your URL, your domain name, into the chat. I'll get to it there. It was an interesting story overnight from Marty Weintraub from Aimclear, and talking about Mashable. Turns out that you can buy an article on Mashable for $20,000 and you'll go straight into Google News. How awesome is that? So if you want to go to the #1 spot in Google News, according to Marty from Aimclear, all you have to do is go and spend 20 grand with Mashable, and bang, you are on #1 spot in Google News. So paid content seems to work. Bit of a loophole that, hey, from Sweden, someone's coming from Sweden on Periscope. Oh, and thanks for that, Jody. I didn't know you got a new notification. That's good. So I'm just sharing this around to the pages that I manage, just so we can, and then we can get cracking on back on Olivia's site this morning. She's probably not here this morning, but that's all right. So we've got a few from Europe coming this morning on Periscope, and Facebook people are starting to mount once I just get the final shares out to the various pages, and we will get that cracking. Okay. It's very time consuming just doing all these little shares. You should be able to just, on Facebook, you should be able to just go share to this page, this page, this page, this page, this page, but you can't. You've got to go through and do one by one. I don't know if I can share a group unless I actually manage the group, but we'll have a look at that in a second. And we'll just post that there. Okay, and the mistake I've made here is not doing... I'm going to try this one. So on Facebook, this is what I'm going to try doing. This is Facebook Live. I'm going to try sharing to a group, but I don't know whether I can share it to a group that I do not manage. So let's just find out if we can do that. So post to a group, share in a group. And the group is, I want to share this one and say in Pro Blogger Events. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Doing SEO help live this morning. Right. Okay, so I've got all the functionary things out of the way. So let me go and have a look at Silk and see if we can find out what her site could do with to get better SEO. Yeah, so that was, if you're interested in that article for Marty Weintraub, if you're on Periscope, I just tweeted it out. And for Facebook people, I will just drop it in the comment of this particular chat for the video. So it's a good read. Talk about double standards though with Google. They should know better than that. Okay. So I've just posted that. All right. So silk.com.au, we have just finished the crawl of that, and we found that we had 46 pages on the crawl when I went and did the crawl on the site using Screaming Frog. And then when I go and have a look at Google, and actually just go into Google and type SITE : and then put her web address in, silk.com.au, Google has found, let's have a look. Google has found only 28 results. So we've got a site that when I crawl it, I can find 46, but Google can only find 28. So now I'm going back to the Screaming Frog to see if I can find out where are these pages that Screaming Frog has crawled, but Google can't crawl. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So typically you would find that, hello Annika. Annika is cool, has just joined the Periscope chat. And what I can see straight up is, and I think I said this at the end of the broadcast yesterday, but we ran out of time, because on Facebook you can only do half an hour video, that's it, and then they shut you off. I don't know if the glitterati of Facebook can do more, but certainly us mere mortals can only do half an hour live video. So one of the things that we saw yesterday with Olivia's site for Silk was that the meta keyword tag was populated with all the same keywords on every page. Just get rid of the meta keyword. It is useless. None of the search engines really pay any attention to it anymore. It's pointless. Don't worry about it. Get rid of it. And certainly don't have keyword stuffing, which is pretty much what Olivia has on her site. So there's that, the meta keyword description, and the meta description as well. So we've got two meta descriptions, which I've never seen before, and I haven't looked at what your CMS is, but it's a weird one, I think, because to have two meta descriptions on every page is very odd. And one of them is a repetitive meta description. Now, the meta descriptions are really important because that's typically, if you've got them populated anyway, that's what Google will actually show in the search results, is those meta descriptions. Hello, Komratov, in coming in via Periscope. And hey, Kerry. Listen, if you're looking for an Easter chocolate basket, an Easter hamper for any of your mates, check out Kerry's site, the complete basket case. Awesome. Awesome delivery, awesome products, and yes, she's a client. And I use the service more than once. A lot, actually. Now, so Olivia, you have got, so two meta descriptions on every page, and one of them, the first one, is the same on every page. You don't want that, right? That is just killing the value of those meta descriptions. Get rid of them. So we've found that. So meta descriptions, keyword meta tag, and now what I'm looking for is your robots.txt tag on every page. I want to see if you've got a bunch of stuff that's no indexed. No, you haven't. So there's no indexing, and we've got another one here, mlbc.com.au. So we'll have a look at that in a second. mlbc.com.au. I need to write that down so I don't forget. mlbc.com.au, and I'll just finish off. Olivia's site. So there's nothing here that says or jumps out to make you go, oh, that's why it's not getting indexed. But there are 20 pages not indexed, which indicates a crawl issue with Google. So that's either a Google sitemap hasn't been set up, or there is a robots.txt issue, but it's not a robots.txt issue because Screaming Frog was able to crawl more pages than what Google has indexed. So you've got an indexing issue where Google is stopping its crawl of your site. Now we've got some pages in the index that have been crawled that the structure to get to those pages, you've got a really long directory structure where you don't need to, like you've got /pages, / something else, and / products. You don't need to have that. You just need to go straight to products. You're trying to keep your as much as you can, and it can be different for some e-commerce sites, but generally speaking, we want to keep that that path as short as we possibly can. Unless, of course, you're already ranking for stuff. The rule is here, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it, okay? All right, so now we're going to go and have a look at MLBC. I need to do more digging on Olivia's site because there is something a little odd. So Laney's just approved us to a Pro Blogger. Hi everyone in the Pro Blogger events group. Thanks, Laney. We are now live in the Pro Blogger events group on Facebook as well. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're doing reviews of sites for SEO perspective. So now I'm going to go and have a look at mlbc.com.au. So first of all, I'm going to put that, hey Laney, I'm going to go and put mlbc.com.au into Screaming Frog, the crawler, so mlbc. And once we're doing that, we can then go back over to Google and we can type in site:/mlbc.com.au. So SITE, all lowercase, because it does make a difference to Google, site:/mlbc.com.au. Probably should have checked the site first to make sure it was family safe, but we have had a couple submitted whilst I've been doing this that haven't been family safe, which has been a little embarrassing. And Jim is oh, thanks, Laney. So let's have a look. I'm looking at, it's My Lean Business Coach. Okay, so interesting. myleanbusinesscoach.com.au. You need to have a think about what you want to rank for here. Sorry, I've forgotten the name of the person behind mlbc.com.au. I should go and do a who is on that and find out their name. So your homepage title. Right. Okay. So it's Lean Learnings is the name of the Twitter account. Anyway, so Lean Learnings. If you want to follow My Lean Business Coach on Twitter, so your homepage title has got My Lean Business Coach Home, which is great if you want to rank for My Lean Business Coach Home. I'm guessing that's probably, hey Jason, I'm guessing that's probably not what you want to rank for. You want to rank for something different to that. Google has crawled 32 pages. So your page title is the first thing that Google sees about the page. It's what defines, if you like, what the page is about. So, and your home page is your most important page for the site. So when we have My Lean Business Coach Home as your page title, I would say my is a word you don't want in there, lean is possibly a word you don't want in there, and home is certainly a word you don't want in there. So have a think about what it is specifically you want to rank for. What's the main point of difference? So let's go and have a see what. Wow, we've got big issues here. So we've got Google crawled 32 pages, Screaming Frog crawled 227 pages. So we've got a major difference in what a standard crawler can access and then what Google can access. So that looks like there's a bit of an issue there with the way that the site is set up, especially around the blog by the looks of it. It looks like we've got some major pagination issues around the blog. And what I mean by that is that a crawler can go and crawl pages essentially you don't really want it to. So I'm just going to go and see if there's any of those sorts of pages in the Google index. So I'm just having a look at these. No, but I would say that in the past there possibly has been. So let me just go back and have a look at your... Yeah, we've got around the blog, it looks like... So this is from Jason Tisbury. So I'm looking at your blog, Jason, and I'm just looking at Yeah, what a strange system. I'm not too sure what this content management system is you're using, Jason, but it's certainly creating a lot of pages that are duplicate. Now, Google doesn't seem to have picked them up, which is great. But around the blog section of the site, we're getting a lot of duplication, which we don't want, because that's confusing to Google and can turn out to be like a potential issue. Webs.com, I'm not familiar with Webs.com, which is what this site is built on. So quite often, a lot of these proprietary systems or hosted systems, you can run into a few issues with them, and you can't actually fix those issues because the systems are so locked down. Webs.com, I'm not sure, I've never used it before. But certainly when I just look at the pages that I think you can edit, which is your homepage, your free tutorials, your services and products, your contact us, your app development, media. We have got some page titles in there that certainly need some work. So for instance, your free tutorials, the page title is My Lean Business Coach Lean Course. All right. So you need to have a think about that page title. What is the buyer persona typing into Google to find that content that you have on those pages? That's what that page title needs to have in it, not what you've got at the moment. If I go and have a look at that page, let's go and have a look at free tutorials, and we'll open that in the browser. And what I'm looking for here is, we know the page title can be improved, but now that free tutorials page, it doesn't have a lot of content on it, Jason. It's just got just really a form. Yeah. Oh, look, everyone's got cleanup required, Jason. So Jason on Periscope has just said cleanup is required. So for people on Facebook, if you've just joined us, we're going live on Periscope as well at the same time. So there's comments coming in from Periscope. I'm not actually just talking to myself, although sometimes I do. But I'm looking at just generally the whole site, Jason. You've got, it looks like you've got the logo wrapped in a H1. Let me just check that. A H1, for those of you who don't know what a H1 is, it's just a term that refers to how a piece of text is formatted on the page. If you've ever used Microsoft Word, you can have drop-down headings. You can have a heading 1, a heading 2. That, when we talk about heading tags, that's what we're talking about essentially for a web page document. So what I'm looking at now, Jason, is I've just gone into the code and I'm just having a look at where your H1s and your H2s are. So, okay, so we've got the H1 around the phrase My Lean Business Coach, and that's on every page. So that's that big heading right at the top of the page, and it's on every page and it says My Lean Business Coach. The problem with that is it's repetition. We're not spamming, but we're basically not being very, very descriptive for our users and our readers, because we have that H1 at the top of every page. You should have a different H1 on the top of every page, or else, you know, essentially every document starts out the same way on your website, if that makes sense. So good SEO is good document structure. Okay, so, and then on the on every page, it looks like we've also got a H2 wrapped in the same piece of text. Let me just see if I can find that. Yeah, so your H2 on every page of the site is through your success we succeed. So we've got a H1 and a H2, which is the same on every page. We really don't want that. Where I would like to see if you can change that is in the blog section. So if I have a look at the last blog, which was on January 31, and for instance, the real cost of inventory is the actual name of the blog post. If we just look at that in isolation, we've got My Lean Business Coach as a H1. We've got Through Your Success We Succeed as a H2. Then we've got the phrase My Blogs as a H3. And then we've got the real cost of inventory, which is the title of the blog post, as a H4. So basically we're saying the least important thing on this page is the name of the blog post, which I'm guessing it's probably not, right? So there is a theme level or a template level for what you're using on webs.com. We need to get rid of that H1 and H2 at the top of every page. Simone going to gym and I'm listening. Okay, cool. I don't know who that was on Periscope, but thanks for listening. So that's what we need. I think that's the biggest thing you can fix on your site, Jason, to get some impact. Live not working in the group. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks, Slaney. Oh, now I know. Because I just did a share like I would normally, but live doesn't work in the group. Isn't that weird? I don't know why. I just shared also to Melbourne /Melbourne SEO page as well, which is the Stuart Media home Facebook page. So if anybody on Periscope wants to watch on Facebook, you just go to facebook.com/Melbourne SEO and you will find the share there. So hopefully that's helpful, Jason. I think that's the biggest thing that you can do that's going to have a massive impact. For some reason, Google is not picking up all these extra pages that your site is generating through the pagination of the blog, so the next and previous, which is great. I don't know why it's not picking it up, because it actually should. There's nothing in the code there that is telling Google not to pick it up. Yeah, so I would just keep an eye on that. So right now, today, Jason, you've got, how many pages did we say? I think we said 32. Let me have a look at that number. Yeah, 32 pages Google has picked up. And let me just have a look and see what the Screaming Frog number is for 32. Yeah. It looks like none of the blog posts have got... Let me just go back to that last one we looked at. Yeah, see, the real cost of inventory, right, is the name of that blog post. But the page title is My Lean Blog. So every individual post on your blog has a duplicate page title, which is going to hold you down in the rankings. Definitely hold you down in the rankings. So that blog structure needs to be sorted out. So I'm not too sure if you can do that on webs.com. Certainly WordPress a WordPress website does that very, very easily. And for a site like yours, I would definitely always recommend a WordPress install, and I don't think it should be that difficult to get someone to build a good template for you that can enable that. Hopefully that's helpful for everybody. I've got to go and rush now. I'm off to a Qigong class and then into the office. Thanks very much, and we will see you on Monday, 7:30 a.m. every weekday. We'll be here, although on Monday I'll obviously be in the office. Thanks, guys. Bye.